Look into my fucking eyes, bro. We're gonna get fucking serious. First off, we're gonna start this video by looking at a very simple picture. Tell me what you see. If you see a horse, you may have a problem. If you see a seal, you're normal. All right, that is not true. They're both there. The horse is right there. The seal is also right there. And once you discover that, you're gonna see the seal, and then your brain's gonna shift. It's gonna see the horse or a mule, whatever. Look, this is us. That's us. Okay? This is how we fucking see ourselves every day. The unconscious mind is constantly paying attention to how competent you are. How able are you to handle the trials of life? All right? What does your self-image look like? And it's going to change, because some days you're going to wake up and you're going to feel like a motherfucking stallion. Then other days you're going to feel like a seal. You're going to feel like a little worm. You fapped. You drank a bunch of booze. You went out, you stayed up late. You skipped a workout. You didn't get enough sleep. How do you think you're going to feel? You're going to feel like a seal. What about the stallion? Doing things that he likes. He's optimistic. He's positive. Maybe even a little bit over optimistic. But he's doing the shit that matters. He's getting results. And so that's part of our self-esteem. Our unconscious mind is always going on in the back. All right, it's influencing us every minute of the day. And so one of the greatest things that the unconscious mind does, it can do, is provide us with a sense of power. To provide us with a solid sense of self. All right, that we're able to handle life. So if that's true, then we need to influence it with positive psychology. Instead of focusing on all the bad, when we go to bed at night and we've maybe are a little down because we wasted a shit ton of time on our phones, I'm thinking that it's important that we start actually focusing on the small wins that we've acquired throughout the day. And this could be as simple as sitting down and writing one thing, maybe 1 to 5 things, just this positive psychology, focusing on building ourselves, our self-esteem, our image, and what matters. Okay, so today I had a fantastic workout. I made a nice dinner for my parents. I finished the book. Boom. Those were the top. Good for you, man. Maybe even there was this beautiful girl at Target. This actually happened. I didn't approach her, but I will. And she works there. She's absolutely gorgeous. I made a huge business deal. I closed a mad sale. I'm gonna make some income on this, right? I think that we have to do that. We have to train ourselves to look like Salvador Dali used to wake up in the morning, the famous painter, drew those crazy paintings, the elephant with the long fucking legs. He woke up in the morning, he would look at himself in almost third person. Oh, good morning, Salvador Dali. What will you do on this prodigious day? Wonderstruck, I asked myself, this is his quote, I'm paraphrasing. What shall I accomplish on this magnificent day? What shall I create? Sounds a little egotistical, but maybe it's just being super positive and optimistic. Now, sometimes too much positivity can get you in trouble, because it's kind of like a gamble. We think that if there's a test due in 3 weeks, that we only need 2 weeks. But when it comes time to studying for the damn test, we know very well that we should have used the entire 3 weeks to study. See, we often overestimate our own abilities. Same, even in poker, poker's a game that teaches you a lot about life. But if you got a flush draw or a straight draw on the flop, the odds of it coming up are not that great. It's kind of foolish sometimes to chase a flush, because it can leave you broke. You got to see the turn card. You got to see the river card. All right? It can leave you broke, especially when people are raising. And so a lot of times the logic kicks in and we'll say, okay, it's best that I fold here. I'll play another battle another day. But sometimes we think, especially if we're impatient, and this is where over-optimistic, the bias, the fallacy comes into play. Luck's on my side. I'm going to hit. And then we don't hit, and then we're upset. And so, but that just because it's us doesn't mean that, that's why I don't believe in The Secret, the law of attraction, that stuff. It's like, none of that matters. It's all about, seeing yourself and taking action in the world. But being optimistic, being positive, feeling like you're capable, feeling like a stallion, like a strong person, is part of the human spirit. Depressed people are the ones that know their limits. Like, if think about people that are really sad, they're not motivated because they know that, if you fucking knew, you got to be over optimistic, because if you knew what it takes to go into the gym and build a nice physique, it takes months and months of dedication, days consistency, eating bland food sometimes, it's in between, but oh my God, half of you guys wouldn't start. It takes a lot of sweat, a lot of money spent on food. Half of you wouldn't start. If I knew back in the day, I would make 1,000 videos. Would I do that? I don't fucking know the journey. If you actually knew how high Everest was and how much of the struggle you would have to go through, would you actually step up to the mountain and climb the mountain? Probably not. It's like, you gotta be optimistic. It's part of what makes us us. Guys, if you're lacking in that, you're depressed because you know exactly what you're capable of. So you don't try. You know you can't get the girl, so you don't even try. You know you can't start something new. You can, but you're not you don't have you don't have this sense of self, this desire to conquer inside of you. So depressed people know their limits very well. So we can start to write down the things that we're accomplishing. We can start to build momentum in the morning and look at it as wins. As wins, we're winners. And wherever you are in life, you're winning. If you're not getting what you want, well, something needs to change. It's that simple. But let's keep the unconscious mind as our weapon, as our power generator. I'll see you guys soon.